All right, what up, y'all? This is another AEW video. If you don't like that I'm about to talk bad about AEW, please exit from this video. If not, listen and laugh, you feel me? So, this is my thing, okay? Tag team wrestling as a whole right now is in a really bad spot, in my opinion. In either company. I think the only company that's doing tag team wrestling somewhat well is TNA. But TNA does a lot of things well, but no one watches it because it's not a mainstream, main TV channel kind of show. Very good wrestling going on there. My problem is with AEW's tag team division is completely different with my problem with WWE's tag team division. I'll make a separate video about that. AEW's tag team division, and specifically some of the wrestlers in this tag team division, ever since CM Punk left AEW, they have become some of the most whiny people I've ever heard in my life. And now I understand why there's so many AEW fans that hate hearing criticism, because the wrestlers also hate hearing criticism. So it's like I don't say everyone, there's a lot of wrestlers in AEW that hate that some things that they do may not be good. It may not be good. It may not be good to everyone. And I'm going to tell you this here. The triple threat tag team match that's happening tomorrow at All In with FTR and the Acclaim. Hey, bro, and the Bucks. I do not understand why AEW insists on treating its tag team division like it's only 3 teams deep. FTR gets title shots as much as they want. The Bucks are some of the worst tag team champions I've ever seen in my life because they're just holding the belts hostage. And then you have the Acclaimed, who've been a dead tag team. They got revived somehow by old behind Billy Gunn. Somehow he revived them for a little bit. They had the trios titles for no reason. They're a dead tag team. So you give them a triple threat tag match with little to no story just to say, hey, we're wrestling for the tag team championships. And we all know the Bucks are going to retain because whatever nut-ass storyline they're doing with Okada and whatever they're trying to do with the whole elite thing, it apparently requires the belts. I don't know which tag team champions are worth less, the Bucks or the Bloodline. I don't know. I'm going to make a separate video about that. I got a whole thing about the Bloodline holding the belts. But anyway, AEW has this weird thing about them, bro. If they do something good, they'll take all the pomp and circumstance, you know what I'm saying? And AEW All In tomorrow, they're gonna have a lot of good. I'm really excited for the show, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a lot of good wrestling on that show. But then they're gonna have a lot of boneheaded shit going on. Like this tag match. I don't care about this tag match. I don't care who wins. I don't care if the Bucks lose. Because I have no problem with FTR. I have a problem with the Bucks. The Acclaimed are just boring. I don't have a problem with them. Max Caster, I kind of have a problem with. He's annoying. But it's just, why does this company insist on these 3 tag teams and it just revolves around them all of the time? The Bucks don't need the tag team championships. And the FTR definitely doesn't need them. The Acclaimed just lost the championships they had. And they didn't do nothing with them. They just had them. I feel like there's so many belts in AEW, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? And I know someone's saying, oh, it's because you don't watch the show from 8 to 10. Yes, Dynamite is boring to me. I'm not watching Dynamite from 8 to 10. Sorry, I'm not doing it. So if that's my fault, cool. I'm still going to talk about it because maybe they should make it interesting enough to where when I go on YouTube and look at the clips, something stands out. Oh, tag team division is different. Let me click this. No. I scan through the YouTube channel. I see Mercedes. I click. I see Ospreay. I click. When Jeff was there, I see Jeff. I click. Shit. I'm not a Punk fan in the slightest, but when I see Punk, I click. There's a whole bunch of wrestlers. Some of the wrestlers I want to see, they're either on Ring of Honor and they're not even featured on Dynamite. That's a whole different problem. But this is my thing. You bringing people in like Ricochet and all this shit. You can't do your tag team division right. What makes you think I'm going to... Huh? And side note, Tony Khan, I know you're going to do the Ricochet and Ospreay match. For the love of God, wait till a pay-per-view. Don't do it on Dynamite. I feel like I said this in the Ricochet is going to AEW video. Please, 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 please do not just hot shot this on the Dynamite, bro. This match is worth a lot more than that. You do not have to do something like that. But they're probably going to do it because why wouldn't they? But my issue stands with this company because they insist on these boneheaded decisions. Feel me? They insist on these boneheaded decisions, and it seems like they don't even care that these are boneheaded decisions, because in their head it makes sense. In their brain, everything that's happening right now makes sense, even though we know, well, at least I know, that a lot of it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it has no rhyme or reason to it. They just do it to fill up a card spot on the show. AEW All In would do so much better if it was a 6-7 match show like the other company is doing. Because you have a whole bunch of great stories that you can fit on your show. And I was going to make a video criticizing how the tag team championships aren't being defended on pay-per-views, but I kind of understand why. Because there's no blood feuds with tag teams anymore in any of the companies, especially not with this triple threat tag match they're doing. I'm not on social media like that, like the Twitters and Instagrams like that. I don't be scrolling and looking to see what wrestlers are saying like that. It was brought to my attention that Dax Harwood was not happy with some criticism about his match, the upcoming one. And listen, everyone's open to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Wrestlers too. I understand his perspective. He out there destroying his body. He would expect some people to respect that. That's cool, but that doesn't mean we have to like what you're doing. No one's saying Dax Harwood is a bad wrestler. I've never heard anyone say that. I just think there's a lot of people who have been on edge ever since Punk left. There's a lot of people in AEW that have been on edge since Punk left. And Tony Khan is one of them, but he has to hold it down because he's the leader of the ship, feel me? But there's a lot of wrestlers in AEW that are just waiting to pop off at the mouth for some reason because they're scared of something. I don't know what they're scared of. And people get mad when I start listing these problems with AEW. There's an issue. There is smoke coming from the house, and no one cares. And I'm honing on the tag team division because AEW's tag team division used to be something. It used to be primetime television, but now it's not. But you can't criticize that. You know what I'm saying? The first way Tony Khan can fix this issue is just by having the Bucks lose to a team that is built up the right way and is not a team that has been tag team titled up 150 times, feel me? Like FTR, and not a dead team like the Acclaimed. You feel me? If you want to try to build the Acclaimed up again, that's an option. But right now, they're not that good. So there's no reason to put a belt on them. AEW Creative and a lot of companies that do this too. Get their divisions organized. So get 8 to 12 tag teams that aren't just thrown together and build them over up a certain amount of weeks. And then whichever one works, whichever one is your favorite, use that as your main instrument to get them to a feud with the champions. That's all you got to do, and you can make this simple. But the fact that they like to overcomplicate this kind of stuff and add people into these matches where, again, this match just feels like it's there. Is it going to be a great wrestling match? Yes, there's going to be 6 great wrestlers in the ring. You feel me? But 4, because I don't think the Bucks are good wrestlers. But anyway, you have to realize that we're looking at this from the outside, feel me? And when we're looking at this from the outside just as fans, to me, it doesn't look like there's much tender love and care being put into your tag team division. It just seems like the Bucks are holding the championships for whatever reason, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. You know what I'm saying? They're just doing shit for the sake of a storyline. I still don't know what the Team Elite storyline is. I don't understand it. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what the end game is. It just seems like it's something that just stays stagnant and that never goes up or down. You feel me? So I don't know what I'm supposed to gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? There's no layers. There's no peaks and valleys. It's just the Bucks and Okada are the elite. Okay, and if someone knows, please let me know. Please, I don't understand what the purpose of this storyline is and why the Bucks have to have the belts while they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, either way, man, All In, well, at the time we recorded this, All In is today. The match itself is going to be long. It's going to drag, for me at least. The Bucks are going to retain, and then that's just the way it's going to be. You feel me? But I really do want AEW to fix their tag team division, really, because they were one of the few tag teams that were doing tag team wrestling right for a little bit, and then it just. And look, I'm gonna mention this too. I'm gonna mention this in the WWE video as well. Fatal 4-way tag teams. When you have 4 teams in the match, the way you do a fatal 4-way tag match is having one member of each of the 4 teams in the ring at once. Primarily a fatal 4-way. You feel me? Not make it a one-on-one and then there's 2 tag teams on the apron, and then somehow you can tag in your opponent. Why would you want to tag in your opponent to possibly win the match? That doesn't make any sense. And you can't say, oh, no, that's not the way you do it. You know why that's the way they do it? Because they've done it before on TV. Both companies have done the match the correct way when they first unveiled it. And then they started just switching it for some reason, having one member of one team and one member of the other team, and then having 2 full tag teams sitting on the apron waiting for their opponent to tag them in. That doesn't even make any sense, bro. But yeah, man, I'm gonna re-reference that in the WWE Tag Team Division video, because their problem is something totally different. But it's still definitely a problem. It's a problem with tag team wrestling as a whole with the 2 major companies, feel me? But we'll figure it out. But y'all stay safe, man. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe. Drink what I love you guys. Praise God. And I will see you in the next video, man.